Great to have you on board today as we walk around Bent's Old Fort near La Junta, Colorado. La Junta is on the eastern side of the state, kind of in the Flat Plains area as you're on your way to Kansas. And if you're keeping track at home or it's your first time watching the channel, this is stop number 17 on our attempt to visit all 433 national parks in the United States. Now, I'll be honest with you, this episode is not near as long as I thought it would be. When I pulled up to Bent's Old Fort, I was really looking forward to visiting this national historical site. Essentially, the fort was a trading post built in 1833 to trade with the Plains Indians and trappers, and was active for about 16 years. The Park Service actually reconstructed the fort in 1975 as part of their bicentennial, I believe. The parking lot and the surrounding area looked really promising, and the path out to the fort was really maintained. There was facilities and other information there in the parking lot and plenty of parking. But upon arrival at the fort is not what I had really expected. Now, due to safety concerns about the structure, you can only access the central plaza and the visitor's gift shop, along with the backside. I believe that's the Corral back there. And from the video, you can see there is fencing all around the fort and support beams inside. Now, some days of the week, they do offer about a 45-minute guided tour that begins in the plaza. And I believe on that tour, they do allow access to the rooms, but I could be mistaken. So, outside of one of those tours, there's only so much you can see. Now, I guess in the big picture, yes, it's very exciting. It is a historical site. But if you kind of like to really get in the details and see a lot of different things, unfortunately, you're just not going to be able to. Now, this is on the back side of the Corral, and you can see that was kind of neat. The cactus is up there. And this was really the highlight coming up. There are birds that were walking around over in the corner, and those birds are peacocks. I don't know why there were peacocks. I don't know if they're native or somebody's pet or what exactly the peacocks were doing there. I should have asked, but there's peacocks. And so I was very fascinated by these birds, along with the couple other people that were out there. Now, the National Park Service staff that was out there, there's actually several of them, were very friendly and knowledgeable about all things Old Bent's Fort, and I think they know they have a tall task on their hand, and they were doing a really good job of just letting people know. The nice thing about Old Bent's Fort, separate from it, is that there's two other national park units in the area. By in the area, I mean, I think it was about an hour drive. So there's Sand Creek Massacre and Comanche. And so you can actually visit all three of these in a day if you look at the schedule and plan it right, just because Sand Creek Massacre, the site's not open every day. And that's what I attempted to do here, was go to visit all three of these historical sites in one day, and I was able to do it. So the next video will be on Sand Creek Massacre, and then Comanche will be after that one. And you can see this is a really neat fort. It's an adobe style, I believe is what they call it. But the fencing and everything like that, it's just a lot of structural concerns for everyone's safety involved. So unfortunately, there's just not a lot to show from Old Bent's Fort, but if you're in the area, yeah, I'd recommend stopping. I'm not sure if I would go out of my way to add this to a list or anything like that. But if you're in La Junta, which is kind of a neat little town to stop in, there's a train exhibit that you can see that's pretty neat. And some really good restaurants and those type of things. And then you can just kind of head out and check out Old Bent's Fort. And as we come around the front here, appreciate you joining us. And we'll see you in the next episode of the Sand Creek Massacre National Historic Site.